Finger and his brother Braden are going to be two players to watch. Tegan with 40 goals on the season. Carter Earl does a little bit of everything for this team, wearing number 26. As, again, 83 degrees here at Ground East Stadium. Carter Earl taking the draw, and it will be won by Penn Yan, but nope, they're going to rule it over to the Little Irish. Aquinas the top seed, so they'll be in the home uniforms today. The white and maroon, Penn Yan in the traditional orange and blue. And Penn Yan, no stranger, whether it was Class C or Class D, but a little bit of a different path. They're young, too, here coming into this game. Penn Yan getting here thanks to a win in the quarterfinals over Bloomfield Honeyway, and then a 13-3 win over Marcus Whitman. Aquinas getting the win over Harding, and then a 12-6 win over Newark. As the feed down low, and the save will be made by Will Thompson. Will Thompson, 63% on the season. 50-50 ball right on the midfield stripe that Aquinas will be able to pick up and save with the ground ball. That is Jack Schimmel, the long pole, keeping the possession for the Little Irish.
Some early action up and down to start the game.
Ariuso, defense collapsing around him. He's going to think the better of it and pull back and reset here, as Little Irish will begin with an open set here and just work it around here.
Ariuso's got that big frame, uses it to shield in between the defender and the ball. And if he's got a short stick, he's got the green light. He's drawing doubles.
Yeah, as coming over to help out was Anthony Drucker, the defenseman, at the last second. But the ground ball picked up on the far side by Ulbrich. Ulbrich has it knocked away. He's trying to chase it down, and he's able to get it some 20 yards away. So Aquinas is able to keep it on this side of the field. This is Carter Wegman now, number 19.
So the first couple possessions, Aquinas just needs to get the ball around, relax, get some easy touches to start this high-pressure game.
Jaden White will be just inside the box. Now White cutting down as Wegman makes a move. Wegman drawing the long pole. Wegman sends it over left side. The shot goes off a helmet and will deflect out of play. And Ulbrich closest to where it went out.
57 goals on the year. Ariuso has not seen a shot that he doesn't like. He is going to crank today.
Penn Yan, as typical Brian Hobart teams are, he will schedule anyone and everyone to get his team sharp as attack for this moment here today. As now the falling down, trying to make a play, there was Ariuso, and the save is made, a rather easy one by Thompson, and here's the clearing attempt for the Mustangs. Right up the middle of the field is Carter Earl, and he'll race into the box. And for the first time today, Penn Yan goes to work here on offense. Braden Finger will send it over to the near side as they're working around. Bryant Van Housen, 22 goals on the season. He's at the bottom of your screen, number 16. And just like the Little Irish, just get everybody a little touch here, working around in the open set.
So Carter Earl, number 1 with the ball. He's their stud midfielder. He'll draw the pole. Penn Yan's going to want to dodge the shorties.
Braden Finger losing his footing, able to pop back up. That's Carter Wegman on defense. Flag coming down, and it'll be against the Little Irish. As the shot from the outside will go wide, and we'll have our first man up of the afternoon. That comes with 8:41 remaining in the first.
They're going to call Wegman with a hold. He'll take a kneel in the sin bin for 30.
So Terry Corcoran coaching him up, head coach of the Little Irish.
So Aquinas is going to shut off Carter Earl and just decide to play 5-on-4 in their man down.
As here is a good defensive pressure by the Little Irish, forcing the play now behind the cage.
It's these little wrinkles, Gene, that maybe Penn Yan wasn't prepared for or didn't practice enough.
Man down, the Little Irish have it for the time being, as trying to work his way out is Jaden White. He has it stripped, but the penalty has expired. Picking up that ground ball is Anthony Drucker on the far side. The long pole will send it ahead, and Penn Yan will go back to work. Once again, we're at even strength. Mike Gelati will join the attack here, as this will remain Penn Yan possession.
These teams haven't seen each other on the field against one another, but they certainly have watched film.
As is the tradition for Penn Yan Lacrosse, their community shows up in numbers as they did. And they let you know because they all wear the matching T-shirts. This year in bright international orange.
Neon orange.
As the ground ball picked up on the far side by Caden Dixon, number 91. Possession continuing here. Still looking for our first goal of the afternoon. And kind of what you expect here in all the championship games, Mark. Like, nobody wants to make that mistake early here. As along the near hash, the shot will go wide by Carter Earl. Whistle. And on this hot afternoon, Aquinas is going to make sure their defense is prepared and rested. We'll keep it right here, as this is the Section 5 Broadcast Network. Along with Mark Engel, my name is Gene Battaglia. Take a look at how we got here. And again, for Penn Yan, this is a different kind of, usually they're the top seed. But they were the 2 seed coming in. No problems with a win over Bloomfield Honeoye and then getting the win over the Whitman Wildcats. Meanwhile, Aquinas, they played the winner of that 8-9 game, Haverling getting it, and then the Little Irish tested a little bit by Newark in the semifinal. And here we are, the Class D final, and this tells you all you need to know about the Penn Yan program. Now, look around 2016. Class D didn't come into existence until 2017, so looking at how that was. But for Aquinas, Class C championship coming back to the year 2010.
Aquinas trying to get back to those glory days of 2010. Bring home another banner to their gym.
But when you talk about, Aquinas and their history and Hollander Stadium and the football team, and lacrosse didn't start until the 1990s at Aquinas. So it's good to see more schools getting involved, and although that may seem like a long time ago, really it's not.
We had McQuaid last night. We've got Aquinas tonight.
McQuaid was up on Pittsford at the half last night. Pittsford put the foot on the pedal. That's an errant feed, and is it going to be offside?
It's going to be an over and back dead whistle right over to Aquinas.
Ariuso, number 17 on the near side. He's the player to watch today. And again, if you can play linebacker in Section 5 football, well, that translates very well here.
Well, the last few possessions, Ariuso was able to kind of draw the slide, but he wasn't able to find an open guy. So his supporting cast needs to get in his lane, help him out. Here he's setting the pick, trying to get something on the backside.
Now he'll get a pick himself, and again, the Penn Yan defense up for the challenge. Gio Verleri, he's another player to watch. 35 goals on the season, number 22. He's at the top of this formation. He has it right now. I'll take a little jaunt along the far side of the box. That's Braden Finger on defense. So we've got the invert here.
The inverted set, Ivy is what we call it.
Back up top as the Little Irish work it around. We're past the midway point of the first. We're still looking for our first tally of the afternoon. Olbrich thought he was going to shoot, instead Aquinas being very patient here. Back along the near hash. Olbrich fires, and the save is made. Will Thompson picking that one off, and we're still scoreless.
Thompson tested early. Proves that he's a championship caliber player. Just a 10th grader making some big time saves for the Mustangs.
And Yan able to get the clear, and they go back to work here. This is their second possession of the afternoon. And we get a flag. And counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that looks like there's too many men on the field right now for it.
They're only allowed 6.
So kind of some free time here for Penn Yan. The ball stripped from behind as Andrew Gotti able to knock that one away. But second time today, Penn Yan will be on the man up as we take a look at the save by Will Thompson.
Will Thompson off stick high Sees the ball so well. Sun could be a factor later on today, but he soaked it up nicely.
So for the Little Irish, they go from 7 defenders now down to 5. 30 seconds going up on the clock.
And they're still going with the Earl shutoff method, opting to go 5v4.
Shot from the outside, and then Jake Gibson able to make the save. The rebound being fought for. Still being contested. Kicked out, and the Mustangs will come up with it.
Gibson says, anything you can do on that end, I can do just as well. An off-stick high save.
Ryan Van Housen with the ground ball, and we are back to even strength as the shot going down low and making another save is Jake Gibson. Gibson, the long outlet pass. 30 yards on the fly, hitting it.
Helping himself out. Both goalies seeing the ball well to start the game as we're scoreless.
Jake Giordino will come out onto the field for the Little Irish. Again, still scoreless here, but both goalies bringing their game here this afternoon. Arioso now cutting to the middle of this formation. Hunter Sheehan drawing the assignment to guard him.
So when Arioso sets that pick, Penn Yan doesn't want to switch. They want to keep him in their vision the whole time. They don't want to force any doubles to get him an open shot.
Feed from the outside. Another save made. Rebound in front, and that'll be trapped in the crease. So Will Thompson bringing in his A game today. Here's the clear as coming right up the middle of the field is number 91, Caden Dixon. Dixon lowering his shoulder, and he'll get tripped up. And we'll just have the push, and it will remain Penn Yan ball as we take another look here. This is the save that was made by Jake Gibson last time around.
Great save and even better outlet pass.
Hot day to be wearing those long pants, but can't fault any keeper in this sport.
Oh, you've got to have a screw loose to step in front of some of these shots, Gene.
No doubt as
pants provide just a little bit of padded protection.
As the shot off the iron, Karaming out. Rebound coming up with it. Getting that ground ball is Jack Schimmel. Schimmel off to the races, the long pull. He's thinking more. Schimmel fires and sends it over, but he had players behind the cage, and why not take a shot? And now the Little Irish will have the possession here in the Penn Yan area.
Yeah, Schimmel got caught in no man's land. He was in tight. He would have to turn around and pass the ball, so what he did was a little possession shot. Shoot it high. They've got to back up. He can get back on defense. They'll get their offensive subs in.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the scoreless first. Carter Wegman, far side. Defense knocking it away. Hunter Sheehan getting in there, and now it'll roll back to the keeper, Thompson. Will Thompson will play it safely along the near side as Anthony Drokar will send it ahead.
Got a defensive pitchers duel to start the Class D sectional championship today.
Well, it's pretty good lacrosse, though, Mark.
Sure.
Yeah, this is clear as made with that iron that was hit by Penn Yan last time around. To think Wayne hitting the iron, coming in with a fraction of an inch of winning the championship in the Class C final. That was a thriller last night.
Michelle in double overtime hitting the same pipe that was hit this afternoon.
As it was HFL getting the championship. As we're under a minute to go now, here in the first. Van Housen going in. Van Housen shoots, save is made. The rebound kicking out, and it goes right into the stick of Schimmel. Handing it back to his keeper, and Aquinas will find the pathway out along the far side. Penn Yan trying the ride here. There will be time for the Little Irish to get a playoff. As they step it into the box. 28 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Jaden White is number 4. He'll be at the top of this formation, also stepping on the field, number 19, Carter Wegman. The Irish now have to get to work as Ulbrich Ulbrich trying to feed it through. Ulbrich's shot is going to go wide. 8 seconds switch.
Still plenty of time.
Gio Valeri now has it knocked away, and that will take about 3 seconds off the clock. Opportunity late, and Aquinas not realizing the horn's going to sound. That will not count. Little Irish never got the shot off, and great defense from two fine programs to begin the Class D championship game. No score after one here on the Section 5 Broadcast Network. This is now the fifth meeting between these two schools in the championship game. Different levels, of course. Class C in 10, 15, 16. And Penn Yan winning here in 2018.
In the first quarter this season, Penn Yan has outscored its opponent 68-18. So Coach Corcoran on the Aquinas sideline thinks they're in it.
Carter Earl sending it over right in front. A quick goal right down low. That goes to Van Housen. Penn Yan striking just 8 seconds in the second quarter.
Yeah, Coach Hobart in the huddle said, okay, guys, enough with the scoreless game. We need one here. And a fast break, quick ball movement, nice diagonal look from Finger as Van Housen notches his 23rd of the year.
You know, in hockey, they'll give a secondary assist. Finger will get the primary, but Carter Earl certainly could have used one on that play as well. And for Van Housen, that will be his 23rd of the season. And Aquinas will use their second timeout here at this half, just making sure they are able to keep the possession.
So Schimmel is a deep hole defender who takes the face-offs, and when he picks those balls up in the scrum, pretty dangerous. Coach Corcoran opts for a timeout.
As we take a look at our championship schedule, and again, one of the games of the year, if not the game of the year in the Class C final, HFL 9-8 over Wayne, double overtime, and that was an overtime that had so many twists and turns. And then the Class A final, where, look, up until midway through the third, like McQuaid leading at the half, but then Pittsford putting on a show for everyone.
Just a monster third quarter for the Panthers.
And then your Class B final tonight. Victor, heavy favorite, you would figure Spencerport getting to their first sectional championship in Class B, but who knows? You have a mesh brother at the X there for Spencerport. Then as long as you can win at the X, you've always got a shot. So off the timeout, Aquinas still looking for their first goal of the afternoon.
And they run this sideways 3-3 set where they don't have a guy on the crease. They'll get the ball around. They'll try to get some mismatches on the backside. Darioso.
Wegman moving his way in. Wegman has it knocked away. Now it comes along the near side. Keeping the play alive is Wegman trying to weave his way in. Dishes it off last second and then losing the handle was Drew Eddy on the doorstep. It will remain Aquinas' possession.
Eddie's going to want that one back right on his ear. All he's got to do is flick it in.
And now we have a substitution midway as White will step on for Wegman. And hopefully Wegman's okay, because he's going to take a knee on the near side. Little Irish possession continuing as Valeri will send it over. Gugino cutting in the middle of this formation. Ulbrich will take it onto the outside, guarded by Wyatt Walters. Drew Eddy behind the cage now. And the Little Irish will reset the whole thing and go to an open set. top. Valeri fires, save is made. Might have been going wide, but knocking that one down. Will Thompson able to keep the possession for Penn Yan.
Yeah, just by knocking it down, it wasn't going to go in if it was on cage. Just by knocking it down gives his team an extra possession.
And ahead this goes. Dixon finishing the clear, but then a good strip by Jaden White that results in a ground ball that's quickly picked up by Braden Finger. 1-0 our score. 2.5 gone by here in the second. As Carter Earl will work it around, and now it'll be Penn Yan's turn here. Get everybody warmed up on this side of the field. Carter Earl over the far side. Carter Dixon plays both sides of the field. Dixon's now going to make a move. Dixon fires. No, it goes off of number 12, Owen Chevron. And will remain Penn Yan possession.
Credit Aquinas' defense, helping in backside. Some of these shots aren't even getting through to the goalie because their defense is so active and tight.
Dixon moving it in. Dixon pushing it back, gets it over to Carter Earl. Tegan Finger takes a shot in the arm. Perfectly legal. Now the double team comes over. Finger looking for some help. Is able to get it over to the open man who scores! Braden Finger helping his brother out there, and it's now 2-0.
Tegan Finger looked like he was dead in the water. He was double teamed. He was wrapped up, trying to turn the corner. Double comes. How does he come away with the ball? Finds the open man. And Braden kind of surprised to get a pass from him. Buries it on a step-down shot.
That's just tremendous strength by Tegan Finger to finish that pass off. Penn Yan leading 2-0. Still being contested, and the Mustangs will come up with it. As ahead, this will go to Braden Finger. And stepping out of the field for a run will be number 25, John Holly. This shot will go wide. Tegan Finger from the corner. So Holly getting his first run in. Caden Dixon will run along the far side.
What Penn Yan has done to start the game offensively in settled 6-on-6 situations, they try to get a wing dodge against Aquinas' short stick defenseman. Move the ball. It's been working out for him well in the second quarter.
Shot and believe the save. I believe that wasn't iron. Gibson kicking it out. It goes, and will it be saved? No, it'll be Aquinas' ball.
A little bit of both. Tip shot, tickling the pipe.
Andrew Gotti, the long pole, sending it over to Caleb Wood, and Little Irish using the near side of the field to get the clear. As that will come now to the near side. Aquinas still looking for the first goal of the afternoon.
They've definitely had opportunities in this first half. They've got a pipe. They're getting shots off. They're just running into the buzzsaw of a goalie and Will Thompson for Penn Yan.
Again, very young team here. Gibson, freshman. Ariuso, freshman. Valeri, Olbrich, sophomores. Eugenio, freshman. You get the idea. Caleb Wood, freshman.
This would be the best JV team in Section 5.
Yeah, a little ahead of schedule here at AQ. Here's going to be the shot, and going down low. Rebound, rolling into the crease, and making the save is Will Thompson. Will Thompson going into standing on your head territory, but the feed on the clear, a little offline, and Aquinas will watch it roll out of bounds. Heady play by the Little Irish, as now they'll have their own clearing attempt.
Aquinas is mixing it up with the shot selection. We've seen high, we've seen hip, we've seen low, we've seen bouncers that come up. Thompson is playing so well.
Feed on the far side will be kicked ahead, and it will remain a cue ball.
Ariuso has not dodged in the second quarter. I expect him to be a little bit more involved on this possession.
On the near hash. Going for a little jaunt here will be Gio Valeri. Valeri will draw the short pole of Carter Earl. Valeri. Double team comes over. Stripping that ball away as Valeri going right into the trap. Anthony Drucker, the senior defenseman, with the caused turnover.
Penn Yan slips into a designated slider situation when Aquinas goes inverted from behind.
Clear successful here for the Mustangs. And so far, so good for Penn Yan. Caden Dixon stepping into the box. 2-0 our score remains. Gelati outside the numbers.
And here's that wing short stick matchup that Coach Hobart likes.
Gelati, the shot that will go wide, but only but orange jerseys behind the cage.
The Penn Yan players have a green light from that wing with a short stick. Turn the corner on your man and get the shot off, or move the ball if you get slid to.
Brandon Finger trying to work his way ahead, and a good defense there by Ares Miller, number 25.
And so far, Coach Corcoran is opting just to play man straight up. They're not sending anybody early and often.
Making his move is Gelati. Defense slides over. Backing off, however, is Odin Chavron. Ground ball on the far side, and that'll be easily picked up, but nope, we get a whistle. And it will remain Penn Yan ball. And a substitution coming right in the middle of the play. As stepping off will be Gelati, and stepping on Caden Dixon. Dixon, fresh legs coming in, fires over the crossbar, and it'll remain Penn Yan possession. Hot afternoon like this, could we see a lot more of that here, Mark?
Some subs, some of the offensive midfielders who get stuck on defense are doing anything they can to get off the field when they're on D.
Finger outside the numbers. Long possession here for the Mustangs. Braden Finger has it knocked away. Miller gets knocked down. What's the call? And it's going to go over to Aquinas.
Loose ball push. You could hear Coach Corcoran saying he had the ball. That's a 30-second penalty.
And getting the clear will be Gugino. So Gugino will work it behind the cage, and Aquinas has the personnel they want out now. As now we're under 3 minutes to go here in the first. If anything, like Aquinas, they could follow the same path that Pittsburgh did last night. At this point, Pittsburgh was down 2-0. They got one late, and then they carried that momentum over to the third and went ahead big. And somehow that finds the back of the net. A changeup, somehow eluding Will Thompson, and it's now 2-1.
There's just no panic on the Aquinas offense. Down 2 goals. This is one of their dodge picks from up top, feeding the crease. Gugino.
So Gugino, number 29 with the goal.
And then when he catch it in tight like that, you just got to turn. You're not aiming. You're just trying to get it off. And if you bounce it and it has an arc to it, as long as it goes in.
Yeah, it's hard to pick up that angle sometimes. As Little Irish got what they needed. Now Penn Yan, wow, look at lowering that shoulder as Hunter Sheehan bullying his way right into the box. Whistle and a timeout called by Brian Hobart. Head coach of Penn Yan recognizing it's a good time here to take a little bit of a break. We'll do the same here. 2-1. Penn Yan leading here in the Class D championship game. On the and calling the timeout, so they have one remaining. Aquinas out of timeouts here in this first half. 2:18 up on the clock here at Growney Stadium. It'll be Carter Earl to begin the possession. He'll have it. He'll be standing on the near side.
So these late timeouts and quarters and halves, coaches like to put in a new wrinkle, set play.
And getting tripped up, the flag coming down as they're going to get Andrew Gotti with the penalty. Third man up here for the Mustangs. So 30 seconds on the hold.
And it was a wrinkle. We haven't seen a dodge from the top corner. Gotti just got into him a little bit. Feet got tangled, called with a hold.
As the whistle blows. And Yan sending it near side, the shot in the goal. Man up goal for Caden Dixon, the senior, making it 3-1.
Caden Dixon representing that number 91 on the lacrosse field. You don't see that very often. Let's see if Aquinas adjusts and goes away from that 5-on-4 during man down. But Dixon was just able to catch, step, and fire without too much pressure.
Owen Chavron looked like he had good position on that. And credit Dixon getting that shot off.
Sometimes the shooter will use the opposing defenseman as a screener, confuse the goalie. Can't really see the ball coming out.
Schimmel just using the opposite side of the stick, lost his stick altogether, and somehow Aquinas wins the draw. Jaden White able to get in there. And now the Little Irish here getting another possession down 3-1.
And out of timeouts, Coach Corcoran called one early in the first quarter, possession timeout. He would love to have that back right now.
Carter Wegman joining the attack. He'll be between the hashes. Football 35-yard line. Wegman dishing it off. Very active defense here for the Mustangs.
Their slide and recover package is impressive to start the game. Aquinas needs to help himself out with some off-ball movement.
Ulbrich on the right hash, sending it down low. As we're under a minute to go here in the first. So the Little Irish do not have the benefit of looking at the clock at this end of the field. Only the player behind the cage can look at the clock. So the near hash. Defense comes over, and Aquinas, remember, at the end of the first quarter, they had the possession, never could get the shot off. See if they get things going here a little sooner this time around as Wegman trying to make a move. Guarded by Earl. Behind the cage. Sliding down, and ground ball on the near side will be picked up by the Mustangs. It's number 94, Hunter Sheehan, closing seconds as Penn Yan will just heave it down the field. And for the Mustangs, they know the history of their program. They played in just a few of these games before. 3-1, they lead Aquinas here at the half.
Yeah, just impressive goaltending for the Penn Yan Mustangs. Impressive defense. Just an all-around great second quarter. Remember, 0-0 to start that quarter.
as we will be with you right before the beginning of the second half. So just keep us logged on. We appreciate you watching here today on the Section 5 Broadcast Network. And looking to repeat as Class D champions. Good start for them. For Aquinas, I don't know. Are there any major adjustments, Mark, that you feel that they should be doing here in the second half?
Well, offensively, they've been patient. They've gotten the ball around. They've had some on-ball picks. And we're going to see if they continue with that trend or if they adjust and try to get some other offensive plays generated.
Foster able to get to that ground ball, and it'll be Penn Yan shooting toward Keating Terrace. Which, not for anything, that is the place to watch. You can sit in an Adirondack chair and just kind of, you're protected by the netting there, of course. From the left hash, a shot getting his stick on it was Gibson. And actually his hand, he's shaking his hand there.
If there's any way to keep that ball out of the net, Aquinas will take Gibson. Pretty decent first half. Scoreless first quarter, only letting in 3 in the second.
Yeah, they would still her with the glove. What a strip there on the far side by Andrew Gotti. Gotti, though, then is pressured, and Penn Yan is able to recover.
There's no damage on that yard sale, Gene.
Keegan Finger will work it over to the far side. As it's Braden Finger with it. Braden Finger fires and scores! 1 goal and 1 assist now for number 8, and Penn Yan opening up to a 4-1 lead.
I mentioned before that wing dodge against the Aquinas short stick is something Coach Hobart thinks he has an advantage. And Finger switching hands, putting his defenseman on skates, getting his hand free, and it's a 12-yard bucket.
Carter Earl now picking it up on the far side. And he'll work it ahead. Getting on the numbers on the far side.
This is a crucial defensive stand for Aquinas.
Braden Finger, the shot. Save is made by Jake Gibson, and the rebound caroming out on the far side, Jaden White. Lots of space to get the clear. White perhaps thinking more. White beating it down low. And Aquinas now will check in their personnel.
So they stop the bleeding on the defensive end. Let's see what Aquinas shows as their first possession in the second half.
White coming off the field, whistle. What do we have here?
Referee's coming from Gibson, talking to him. Maybe that shot that hit his hand.
Yeah.
They're going to get a trainer to look at him.
Gets a breather here. Now Aquinas going back to work. First time the Little Irish have been down by 3 this afternoon.
So it's been a lot of on-ball picks to start the game, and they're sticking with that trend.
Shot down low, just goes wide by Drew Eddy.
Drew Eddy's a big boy inside. He's a nice target to pass to, just barely off cage.
Eddy on the far side. Carter Wegman some 35 yards out. Football 35, 25 yards out, I should say, is now will go behind the cage. Drew Eddy with it. 2.5 gone by here in the third. Picked back up there by Tano Urioso. They get number 17 involved, Mark, here. That would be the good plan here. He's got 57 goals on the season. There's the shot from the outside that will go wide. Hunter Sheehan with the assignment of guarding Gaetano Arioso.
When Arioso attempts to set a pick, Aquinas is trying to get a switch where Arioso will have a short stick on him, but Penn Yan's not biting. Good defense by Carter Earl in orange.
Little Irish keeping in the box. Wegman fires, trying to go down low and trapping it. Keeping it in the crease. Will Thompson once again, and then a big lowering of the shoulder. Holy mackerel, Carter Wegman, number 19. You like physical lacrosse, there it is, and in the end, Penn Yan is able to hold off.
It's usually Penn Yan who's laying the lumber. Wegman lowering his shoulder, frontside hit. Totally legal in lacrosse.
Caden Dixon. And Penn Yan will get the clear. Racing out as a defensive midi will be Aris Miller. As Miller getting in there last second. The shot from the outside is in. Second today for Bryant Van Housen. And Penn Yan now leads 5-1.
They're exploiting Aquinas' short stick midfielders. Just a sweeping dodge, getting inside, no one comes to him. Jump shot, hands free, good reception.
Schimmel to take the draw for Aquinas, again the long pole. And winning this one, Carter Earl. Earl has it stripped, and trying to get it back on the far side is White. And able to pick this up is going to be Miller. Miller's not realizing there was a defender right behind him, and that's going to result in a ground ball. Miller trying to create a little space to get to that ground ball, and finally Aquinas able to get it. And
failure to advance. They didn't get it. They got it across midfield, but you got to step it into your offensive zone within 10 seconds from getting it across midfield.
Aquinas has to have a little bit of a sense of urgency here. It's only 4 goals, but the way Penn Yan's playing defense here today. And Housen stepping out on the field, adjusting his elbow pads on the fly. Between the hashes, now the right hash, the shot and the goal. Counted for Caden Dixon, his second of the afternoon. Little Irish in a little bit of trouble now, trailing 6-1.
But when it rains, it pours. Caden Dixon, just a little too much space. He's going to step in, pro hop, and sling it. Top shelf, top corner, stinger. Penn Yan is rolling.
And we get a timeout on the field called by Aquinas. So we'll take a quick break as well. At the X, it'll be Schimmel once again going up against Carter Earl. 6:56 remaining in the third. Penn Yan has scored the last 4 goals in this game. And it'll be Earl once again. Running away from trouble. And Penn Yan finding a pathway along the near side.
Aquinas just doesn't have an answer at the face-off X. It's been make it, take it in this third quarter for the Penn Yan Mustangs.
Van Housen will draw the shore pole of Carter Wegman, so the invert is on here. Van Housen with 2 goals on the afternoon, looking for 3. No, he sends it back up top, winding up and scoring. Taking his time and picking his spot. Might have been his first touch today for Tucker Fisher, and that makes it 7-1.
And an inverted set, you don't want to slide adjacent and lead a man with time and room. It would take 2 steps. Goalies aren't supposed to make that save. Nice finish from Tucker Fisher.
Another excellent coaching job by Brian Hobart. He has his guys ready to go today as at the X, Aquinas needs this one still being contested. And we'll have the loose ball push. It'll go over to the Little Irish.
And 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Still plenty of lacrosse left. Down 6 goals, Aquinas. They're going to have to play with a little bit more urgency. They have to run by their guys, move the ball, create some open shots.
So it'll be Arioso 10 yards away, just inside the numbers. On the far side, it's Ulbrich. Ulbrich fires, and a big save made and knocking that down again. Might have been going wide, but Will Thompson making sure his team gets the possession. Easy, clear, unsettled situation. Tick, tack. The flag comes down, and the shot will go wide. And this will be another man up here coming up for Penn Yan. The officials conferring.
I'm curious on what the call is here. I didn't see any violation.
Penalties today. 4 against Aquinas, none against Penn Yan. Going over to pick up the flag, and finally we get the call coming in. So Jack Schimmel, unnecessary roughness, and 3 previous penalties only going up for 30 seconds. This one's going to go up for a full minute.
It must have been away from the ball because Schimmel wasn't anywhere near the activity.
As 30 yards out, it'll be Braden Finger walking along the near hash.
Still sticking with the Earl shutoff method, 5-on-4. Aquinas is going to have to pack it in tight and get to hands.
Shot, save is made. Rebound kicked out, and getting that ground ball is Caleb Wood. So Jake Gibson, man down, making the save. 24 seconds remaining here in the penalty to Aquinas. And the long outlet pass, hitting his man in stride, Jaden White. White will get the clear, and now can Aquinas play keep away here for the next 12 seconds? No, they're going to throw it away.
It's a great timely check by Hunter Sheehan. Ariosu's coming through with the ball. Just got right in there, lodged it free.
So the Mustangs will get it over midfield. We're back to even strength. So Penn Yan 1 for 4 with a man up this afternoon. Their score remains 7-1. Mustangs with the possession. As on the far side, defensively for Aquinas, that'll be Caleb Wood, number 3. He's coming out on Tegan Finger. Carter Earl. Now for Penn Yan, they'll just take their time here, up by 6.
Caden Dixon's been an active dodger on offense. He's gone from the point. He's trying it again from the left wing.
Dixon trying to work his way in. Dixon, and they will say that was a feed gone wrong, so it will go over to Aquinas.
So finally, Aquinas sliding early to those wing dodges, Gene, creating a turnover.
Clearing attempt here for the Little Irish. It's an errant pass, and then going in, the shot. Unbelievable save. Gibson somehow got his stick on it, and another clearing attempt as Wood is in some trouble along the near side. Sends it to the middle of the field, and Aquinas is able to escape. How about Jake Gibson keeping the Little Irish, giving them a shot here?
Standing on his head, the Aquinas goalie.
As Ulbrich now will wait, as coming out of the field will be Carter Wegman. Also getting in a run, Jake Giugino, as he'll have it on the far side. Wearing those bright cleats, you can tell who he is without seeing his number. Gugino, 10 yards away. Makes his move, sends it down low. Nice move, the shot and the goal. Gugino finding Noah Ulbrich. 41st of the season for the sophomore, and Aquinas needed that at 7-2.
Oh, they needed it desperately. Stops the bleeding. Gugino, just a split dodge. And look, he draws two Penn Yan defenders. Dumps it down low. Ulbrich buries it.
And we take a look at this last save, giving his team a chance there. Jake Gibson somehow getting a stick on that.
Sometimes you just have to guess when you're a goalie, and it's one on none. Just find the head of the stick and attack it. Be aggressive.
Joel Balthaser, a fine director today, serving up those replays. As the play will be just outside the box. Bryant Van Housen, 2 goals on the afternoon. He'll be on the near side as in the open set here. Penn Yan to work it around, and up by 5 goals here. Mark, do they just opt to kill some time here and use the clock as their friend?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they get a stall warning. Refs are making eye contact with each other. No attempt at the goal. They might have to keep it in.
Earl on the far side. Earl dishing it off. Earl. Shot goes over the crossbar. They'll remain Penn Yan possession with 1:07 remaining here in the third. Fisher sending it ahead. The shot bouncing wide, and it's going to go right into the stick of Wood. Wood with an opportunity to bring it ahead as we're under a minute here to go in the third. Little Irish need this one as Wood will weave his way along the far sideline. Step into the box now. He'll step off.
Nice clear by Wood. Giving his team a chance with under a minute left in the quarter.
Well, if the Little Irish can cut it to 4 here before we go to the fourth, that's big. As Orioso sending it far side. Ulbrich bouncing it just wide. Trying to track that down as Drew Eddy as it'll roll out of bounds. Still time, though. 30 seconds remaining here in the quarter.
Ulbrich finding his spot down low on that left side.
Gio Valeri. As Arioso being shadowed in the middle. 15 seconds remaining. Arioso, now let's see if he can create here. Aquinas has to get a shot off. 5 seconds remaining. Shot from the outside. And making the save, as I believe Thompson thought it was going wide, but he's able to keep it from going over that goal line. Pumps his fist. And now Penn Yan 12 minutes away from a sectional championship. Mark, let's see what happened on this last shot here.
Just another great save by Will Thompson. And you see the ball right at his feet. He almost kicked it in. This defenseman having his back.
Anthony Drucker coming in. We head to the fourth here on the Section 5 Broadcast Network. Penn Yan leading here 7-2. It was a 3-1 game at the half, but then the Mustangs putting 4 up on the board there, all in succession. Ulbrich getting a goal for Aquinas to break the string. And now it's going to be up to Jack Schimmel here. The long pole at the X, once again working against Carter Earl. Schimmel, nice draw, picking it up. He wants more. Schimmel dishing it off down low. Arioso in front, all alone, tic-tac-toe. Noah Ulbrich. Second of the afternoon, Little Irish only down by 4.
That quarter could not have started any better for the Little Irish. They were struggling at the face-off X. Schimmel won it. Struggling to score some goals. Ulbrich buries it.
I like how Ulbrich not satisfied just with winning the draw. Let's get more here as defense not ready there for the Mustangs.
We got some big boys on the Aquinas attack.
Millbrook bouncing high into the air, and Mustangs come up with it, feeding it ahead, and knocking it away is Wood. Wood coming up with it for the Little Irish. So Aquinas not done here as Wood has it knocked away, but no, Aquinas using the timeout. And that sideline and their fans fired up.
Coach Corcoran, timely timeout. His defenseman Wood was in trouble, saves the possession.
As we take another look here. Might be the highlight of the year in terms of goals here for Aquinas when you talk about teamwork. 4 touches in 7 seconds there for Aquinas to keep them in this game. 7-3 now our score.
I love to see unselfish assisted goals, especially in the sectional championship. And a big goal to start that fourth quarter for Little Irish.
When you talk about the best in New York State lacrosse, like, okay, who are some of the best programs? Penn Yan is in any conversation, Mark.
Yeah, they grown differently down near Keuka Lake. Lacrosse are in their hand early and often as children, and they grow up usually to become sectional champions.
So Aquinas keeping the possession off of the timeout, and it'll be Jaden White on the far side trying to work his way ahead. Knocked out of bounds. Wow. Penn Yan was ready for that coming off the timeout.
Yeah, White has to recognize that that's a midfielder. He can cross with him, and he was forced out of bounds, turning the ball over.
As Carter Earl and now the Mustangs giving up the last 2 goals in this contest. Will just take their time here in an empty set. Working his way ahead. Shot by Earl is in! Carter Earl with his first of the game, and Penn Yan is back up by 5.
When Penn Yan is in an open set, there isn't a designated slider who can go early to the Dodger, and Carter Earl just turns the corner on his man, gets a step, and it's a long slide. He's able to get his hands free. Sting it.
Carter Earl, the senior.
You think up 4 with possession in the fourth quarter.
It'll be Carter Wegman now to take the draw for Aquinas. Scooting out, and again, Penn Yan coming up with it. Far side, that's number 8, Braden Finger. Has it stripped away. Whistle. Oh, and they're going to give the timeout to Penn Yan. Had it just long enough. Brian Hobart can play that game too. So Penn Yan with the timeout. And the lead, 8-3 here on the Section 5 Broadcast Network. So 1 timeout remaining for Penn Yan. Aquinas out of timeouts. And the Mustangs working it ahead. Van Housen, the shot, the save is going to be made. And the rebound put back in. Number 5, Tucker Fisher with his second of the afternoon.
Gibson made this initial save, but there's no box out on the rebound. Tucker Fisher cleaning the glass, we say. Rebound. All alone on the backside. You just got to fling it in.
Getting to those dirty areas, so to speak.
So they tried Jake Schimmel on the wing. They put him back at the face-off X.
And Penn Yan now sensing it as they win another draw. And as I say that, Carter Earl not able to find his man. So clearing attempt coming up here for the Little Irish. Down by 6. This is the biggest deficit of the afternoon here for Aquinas as they will push it ahead. Wegman getting hit by Earl. Wegman making the shot. And now Aquinas No time to waste. Gallery along the near hash, and then stepping out of the field will be Jake Gigino. Ariuso, they can get him involved. Cutting through the middle of this formation will be Arez Miller. Miller trying to set a pick. Olbrich, who has 2 goals this afternoon, makes a move. Dishes it down low. Gigino back up top. Aquinas moving with urgency, but they can't find a shot that they like. Keeping inside the box here are the Little Irish.
And as Irish get the ball around, just look at the grades of these offensive players. 4 9th graders, 2 10th graders. This team's going to be a force as the years come on.
I mean, can you just imagine if you're another team in Class D right now? Because you could be seeing these teams for quite some time here in the finals. The way they're both, as you mentioned, Mark, particularly Aquinas, young. As the feed now goes over to Olbrich, lost the handle. He's trying to pick it up. Defense coming over for Penn Yan, rolling out of bounds. Still a 50-50 ball, swatted ahead, but it goes off. And this will be Aquinas ball.
Sheehan playing it out of bounds. Ball stayed in bounds, but his foot stepped out. Goes back to Aquinas.
Carter Wegman on the near hash. Sending it down low. Gigino didn't like what was ahead of him, pulling back.
Wegman's the old man on the line, the junior.
And it'll be Carter Wegman getting it over to the first-year player, Tanner Orioso. Now along the near numbers. Pushing it ahead. Shot from the outside. The save is made. Valeri, and coming up big again, Will Thompson. Thompson, the outlet pass. And the clear will be successful as Drucker pushing it ahead. The long pole, wanting more. Drucker dishing it down low. Feed back up top. The shot, the goal! Caden Dixon's third of the afternoon. It's 9-3. 10-3, I beg your pardon.
Once again, it's Penn Yan's defense generating offense. Will Thompson with a big save, great outlet pass, and in transition, some unselfish play, resulting in Caden Dixon just cutting down the alley, bearing it low and away.
Great communication there by Penn Yan on the break. Biggest lead of the afternoon for the Mustangs is now they will pick up another ground ball. Carter Earl will push it back.
Yes, Carter Earl is just a stud at the face-off X. He's played a ton of defense. He's going to stay on the field on offense. He's one of those guys that you'd love to have on your team, a do-it-everything kind of guy.
Van Housen now to the near corner. This will go. It's Carter Earl with it. Walking behind the cage. You can't see it in the camera, and I can't tell if that's Victor or Spencerport. They wear the same colors, basically, the navy and gold.
I see a V.
Okay, that would be Victor's. Your vision's better than mine, Mark.
But we are in Section V, so it's a whole wrinkle that we might be confused.
Braden Finger walking outside the box. As that's the watchful eye of Arez Miller. The midi as Braden Finger goes by him. Dishing it off down low. Shot, goal! Tegan Finger. Tegan Finger's second of the afternoon. 42nd of the season.
It's the Finger brothers getting involved. Reminiscent of their backyard, probably. There's that wing dodge, drawing the slide. Tegan Finger, dangerous, creeps up the far pipe.
And the celebratory handshakes here. As it'll be another ground ball here. Even Foster coming up with it. Whistle. And whatever that was, the play will continue on.
Yeah, Aquinas left the box early before possession was had, so they could have played on, but the ref blew the whistle, got him back in the box.
Mark, it's great having you up in the box here. See, if you didn't want to be coaching, you could be a great official too, buddy.
Oh, that's a thankless job. I would never do that.
Certainly we could use more. Appreciate the men in the stripes here as Gelati outside. So Mike Gelati, he's an 8th grader. Trying to work his way ahead. Gelati fires. Couldn't get full wood on it, and it'll roll out of bounds. Past the midway point here of the 4th.
Yeah, you imagine you'll see these teams on Championship Wednesday for many years to come. We've got some 8th graders on Penn Yan. Probably the average age is second semester sophomores.
Mike Gelati working his way ahead. Sends it over to Carter Earl. Make that number 91, Caden Dixon. Dixon with 3 goals this afternoon. And now Gelati will step off. Coming onto the field, Brian Van Housen. There's Van Housen. 2 goals on the afternoon.
And he'll try the wing dodge again. We got Coach Hobart barking in his ear, telling him which way to go.
Feedback up top, the shot. Save is made, the rebound, and it'll be trapped in the crease. So Jake Gibson doing his job. Gibson trying to feed it ahead a little too strong. He was trying to hit Schimmel in stride and coming back the other direction. Penn Yan, 4-on-2 essentially. Feed to the far side. Can't happen, and getting over there is Tucker Fisher. Fisher with the ground ball, and Penn Yan can now kill more time.
And I'm curious to see if Aquinas has the empty net package where Gibson comes out as a 7th defender.
Right now, though, their defense gets the job done is Wood. Will send it over to his keeper. And making his move there is Gibson. Sends it up along the near side, getting over to Valerie. Valerie between the hashes, now to the near side this comes. As Gigino lost his footing. Gigino outside the numbers. Ground ball. Still a 50-50 ball that Jaden White will come up with. Aquinas, he's able to save it. Little Irish in some trouble. Remember, they don't have any timeouts, and they're going to draw their first penalty of the afternoon. It's going to come late here as Olbrich getting knocked to the ground.
Yeah, that Penn Yan defense just suffocating. Got a little too aggressive on the sideline. Refs will call him with a hold. Aquinas will be man up for 30.
So Penn Yan 1 for 4 with the man up, and this is the first penalty that they've had. So Aquinas will get to see their man up for the first time today. See if the Little Irish can finish strong here. Again, the future very bright on Dewey Avenue for this young team. Between the hashes, now over to the far side, working it around the shot and the goal. Far side, that's Drew Eddy. Well, a young team, that's Drew Eddy in what may be his final game here. The senior is 15th of the season, making it 11-4.
Good to see Drew Eddy having a Section 5 championship goal, senior season. Nice looking shot by number 2.
Not the easiest of angles, certainly. It'll be Schimmel to take the draw once again. And just very curious to see how far Penn Yan can get here in the state tournament coming up. The regionals this coming weekend is Aquinas winning and draw. Feed the left side, going down low, the shot and the goal. And the Little Irish continue to work as Tano Orioso with his team leading 58th for the first-year player, and it's now 11-5.
It's really what Aquinas wanted to happen in the first, second, or third quarter. Orioso, little face dodge, getting his hands free, getting rid of it. Thompson gets low, he threw it high.
So now we're under 3 minutes to go here in the championship game of Class D. Aquinas will win the draw as Erez Miller on the far side. Miller has it knocked away, though. Carter Earl with a caused turnover.
Carter Earl continuing to do it all. It's just one of those kids that can run forever, makes the right decisions on offense and defense.
Penn Yan gets it over midfield, still has to get into that box, and finally getting it in, Van Housen. And so Penn Yan in no hurry to shoot here. Joining the attack now, Caden Dixon.
And I'm keeping an eye on Aquinas goalie Gibson, see if he comes out, causes a double team, try to press the issue as Penn Yan just plays keep away behind the net.
Yeah, by not doing so here, you're almost saying it's 6 goals out of reach here. Van Hoosen will run it behind the cage. There you go. Now there's the switch.
There's a switch which frees up a slide guy.
Yep.
Causes the turnover.
Yep, so Wood gets it ahead. Aquinas last chance for them. As on the far side, Andrew Gotti pushing it ahead. Gotti sending it over. Gets it over to Jaden White. White does not have the numbers. And stepping out onto the field here will be Gigino. Losing the handle, but picking it up will be Olbrich. Back to Gigino, who works it back up top. Valeri, nice move. Shoots just wide.
A slippery move by Valeri. The swim move, the swim dodge.
As the feet goes behind the cage. In front, the loose ball now will roll on the near side, and that will be picked up by Gigino. As we're down to 45 seconds remaining in this game. Aquinas looking to get one more as the shot that will go wide, and no, it's going to go over to Penn Yan. Diving attempt by Anthony Drucker, and the Penn Yan fans begin their applause. It never gets old, all the work that you put in for this Penn Yan team, the whole community once again coming together. Tegan Finger has it stripped away. Arioso fighting to the end. His shot, the save will be made. Will Thompson, another save.
Thompson's playing all the way till triple zeros.
Arioso gets dumped to the ground. We're going to have a late man up here for Aquinas as the clock will stop with 9 seconds remaining.
An even man down, I imagine. Thompson, goalie for Penn Yan. He's going to be locked in until he hears that final horn.
Nice move by Terry Corcoran putting on that last run, Michael White, who played quarterback for the Little Irish. That was his first run today. He's a senior, and to see him get some work here right at the end, just an acknowledgement. Here's the man up here with just 9 seconds remaining as Aquinas. Can they get one last shot off? They can. And one last goal for Drew Eddy, 16th of the season. And that will likely make our final 11-6.
Aquinas showing some love to their big senior, Drew Eddy. Staying active, cutting down, buries it low.
Carter Earl to take one last draw here for Penn Yan. Earl winning the draw. Earl can't come up with it. The horn sounds, and Penn Yan celebrate once again, Mustang Nation. As the t-shirts read, tradition fuels fire. The tradition continues for the Penn Yan Mustangs, the champions of Class D.
Just a great game all around from start to finish for the Mustangs. Dominant goaltending, dominant close defense, dominant at the face-off, and on offense, they took care of every chance.
Another great job by this coaching staff as well, led by Brian Hobart, a Penn Yan grad who continues to bring pride to that community.